Imagine a city of skyscrapers, not in New York or Dubai, but rising from the desert sands 3,000 years ago. This isn't science fiction. It's the incredible story of the ancient kingdom of Saba, a civilization that built high-rise apartment buildings long before the word skyscraper even existed. Today we're journeying back in time to Shibam, Yemen, a UNESCO World Heritage Site often called the Manhattan of the Desert. So, who were these master builders? The Sabaeans were a powerful and wealthy people who thrived from the 8th century BC to the 3rd century AD. Their kingdom was strategically located along the ancient incense route, a major trade network for frankincense and myrrh, which were as valuable as gold back then. This trade brought them immense riches, which they invested in creating a truly astonishing urban landscape. The city of Shibam stands as the most breathtaking example of their architectural genius. Picture this: over 500 tower houses packed tightly together, some soaring up to 11 stories high. That's over 100 feet tall, built entirely from mud bricks. It's a jaw-dropping sight, a testament to human ingenuity in one of the world's most arid environments. But how did they do it? This wasn't just about stacking bricks. The Sabaeans developed sophisticated engineering techniques that were centuries ahead of their time. The secret to their success lies in the materials and the design. They used a specific mixture of clay, straw, and water to create their sun-dried mud bricks. This mixture wasn't random. It was perfected over generations to be incredibly strong and durable. The straw acted like a natural reinforcement, preventing the bricks from cracking as they dried and adding tensile strength to the structure. The foundations were also key. Before they even started building up, they would dig deep and lay a solid stone base. This prevented the immense weight of the tower from causing it to sink or shift in the sandy soil. Think of it as ancient reinforced concrete, a concept they understood intuitively. Now let's talk about the design of these towers. They weren't just tall, they were smart. The buildings taper as they rise, meaning the walls are thickest at the bottom, sometimes several feet thick, and gradually get thinner on the upper floors. This brilliant design distributes the weight downwards, ensuring stability and preventing the structure from collapsing under its own load. It's a principle modern engineers still use today. To protect their mud brick marvels from the rare but destructive desert rainstorms, the Sabaeans coated the exteriors with a thick, lime-based plaster. This plaster acted as a waterproof layer, repelling moisture and preventing erosion. They also had to regularly re-plaster the buildings, a tradition of maintenance that has kept these structures standing for centuries. You can see the layers of plaster, like the rings of a tree, telling the story of generations of care. Life inside these towers was just as fascinating. The ground floor was typically used for livestock and storage, keeping the animals safe at night. As you move up, you'd find the family's living quarters. The lower residential floors were for daily activities and receiving guests, while the upper floors, which were cooler and had better views, were reserved for the family's private spaces. The very top floors often had open-air terraces, perfect for catching the evening breeze. And they didn't just build isolated towers. The entire city of Shibam was designed as a single fortified unit. The towers are built so close together that they form a massive, continuous wall around the city's perimeter, providing a formidable defense against invaders. Many of the towers were also connected by internal bridges and passageways on the upper levels. This meant residents could move from one building to another without ever having to go down to the street level, a highly effective security measure in a time of tribal raids. It was a city within a city, a vertical maze designed for protection and community living. This incredible level of urban planning shows that the Sabaeans were not just architects, they were visionary city planners. They understood concepts like passive cooling, with narrow streets providing shade and funneling breezes through the city. They understood defensive strategy, turning their entire city into a fortress. And they understood sustainable building, using locally sourced renewable materials to create a living environment that was perfectly adapted to its harsh surroundings. The legacy of the Sabaean kingdom extends beyond their buildings. They also engineered one of the ancient world's most impressive irrigation systems, the Great Dam of Marib. This colossal dam built in the 8th century BC, was an engineering marvel that harnessed seasonal floodwaters to irrigate over 25,000 acres of farmland. It turned a barren desert valley into a lush, fertile oasis, allowing their civilization to flourish for 1,000 years. The dam was a symbol of their power and their mastery over the natural world. Sadly, the kingdom eventually declined due to shifts in trade routes and the eventual collapse of the Great Dam in the 6th century AD. But their legacy endures. The mud brick towers of Shibam still stand today, a powerful reminder of a civilization that reached for the sky and built a world that continues to inspire awe and wonder. What's truly remarkable is that these ancient techniques are not just historical curiosities. Modern architects and engineers are studying these traditional methods as they look for more sustainable and energy-efficient ways to build in the 21st century. The principles of passive cooling, local materials, and community-focused design pioneered by the Sabaeans are more relevant today than ever before. They teach us that sometimes the most innovative solutions can be found by looking back at the wisdom of the past. So the next time you see a modern skyscraper, remember the ancient innovators of Shibam. They were the original masters of vertical living, the builders who proved that with ingenuity and a deep understanding of the environment, you can build wonders that stand the test of time. I hope you found this journey into the past as fascinating as I did. What part of the Sabaean story amazed you the most? Was it the mud brick skyscrapers, the ingenious engineering, or the Great Dam of Marib? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure into history. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.